I came to the United States when I was 18. I couldn't speak a word of English. I had to take courses at the adult school in order to learn how to speak, how to read and write. My first job was at the bakery, making cakes. I did that for 3 months, and then went to work for a housekeeping company. But that job was more for a girl. I got tired when I was cleaning people's room really quick because I don't want to clean my own room. And I'm a careless person. I sometimes break customers' personal belongings. So I then worked for a wholesale business. For some personal reason, I quit after a year. And then I still have to feed myself. So I took a paper route, delivering newspapers. That was my last job. That lifestyle was too tough for me. It didn't last long, so I left after a month. After my last job, I started thinking maybe I should do some business. I started selling skincare products from a friend. And then start getting into electronics, Bluetooth, and cell phones. I import them directly from China. The business went pretty well for the first a couple of years, and I made some money. Then I got my first sports car when I was 21. It was a Mazda Speed 3. I used to work on my first car, Toyota Corolla, when I was 18. I remember I bought a cheap air intake from eBay for $50, and I used a screwdriver to put it on by myself. From that point, I realized I always like to get my hands on cars. I like to fix things. I like to put parts on. I bought up loud mufflers, and customers complained when I was delivering newspaper because I wake them up. I put a computer chip to change the fuel-air ratio. They said that it's going to add a few more horsepower, but eventually it burned the computer. But when I got my first brand new sports car that I can work on by myself, I was too afraid that if I'm going to screw something up, so I never even tried it. I always sent to a dealer for services, even though I know they charge me a whole bunch. But luckily, I found out my best friend Quinn, he used to be a mechanic, and he knew a lot about cars. He started to showing me how to change oils, how to change brake pads. We eventually get into bearings. From there, I gained more confidence. And I felt like there's nothing I can't do by myself. Because I love cars so much. Literally, I started buying and selling cars, especially sports cars. I've driven Honda S2000, Nissan 350Z, Volkswagen GTI. I just love them. If I buy the car and it has some little problem, I'll fix it. Then one day, I was driving my Z at Willow Springs. That car has a brake system that's not too well designed. When it gets hot, it got a problem. I remember it was my last session of the day. When I slammed on the brake before a corner, the pedal went all the way down to the floor. The car just went off the road. The driver's side of the front end was damaged. I had to replace the control arms, the engine cross member, radiator, condenser, and all those parts. I really wanted to fix it by myself, but with that kind of damage, it's hard to do it without proper tools and heavy equipment. I decided to send it to my friend's shop. They charged me a lot of money, and the car was never fixed right. From the point of my crash, and I want to fix myself, I thought if there's a shop which provide all the tools, equipment, and they can charge you by hour, by the day, it would be an awesome idea. So from that point, I start thinking this can be a great business idea, and it would be something very helpful for the locals. I then started my research online. I was surprised that there was no such shop in Los Angeles. I decided to create a shop like this so everyone can use it. A shop that I always dreamed of. And that's where the name came from.